Nice introduction, and thank you, York County Hall of Fame Board and Charlotte Independence, for this honor. It's a privilege to be a part of this inaugural class of inductees and to be part of York County soccer's history. I also appreciate my family, friends, and coaches that are here supporting me tonight. After having been selected for this honor a few months ago, and knowing that tonight I would get to speak with all of you, I took the opportunity to really reflect on why I love the sport and why the sport means so much to so many of us. Soccer is a beautiful sport, clearly indicated by the World Cup this summer. It's creative, it's physical, it's fun, it can be unpredictable. I often think it's hopeful. You know, you walk out onto that field and you know you can win, you think you can win. However, what I truly love about the game are the people that are associated with it and the relationships that are formed because of the sport. So I'd like to take a few moments and tell you a couple stories and recognize a few people that have had major impacts on me as both as a player and a person. So a little history. I grew up outside of Washington, D.C. and Chicago, both areas that had really well-established women's programs. A little over 25 years ago, I moved to Fort Mill in the middle of 8th grade. Fort Mill looked very different than it does today. It had 2 stoplights, one elementary, one middle school, one high school. Had 2 fast food restaurants, both of them being Hardee's, and I did not know what that was. But it did not have women's soccer in the high school, and it didn't have some of the competitive programs that it clearly has today that allowed me to play at the level that I was coming from Chicago. So what I had the opportunity to do was I played on the boys JV high school team for my 8th and 9th grade year, and then I played for the boys Rock Hill Club team. And it was really fun. I have really good memories of playing with the boys, and kind of one memory that totally sticks out with me is we were playing, I was playing JV soccer, and we were playing Rock Hill High School, which was a big rival at the time, and they were known to be a really physical team. So we step out on the field, and I've got the ball, and I do some move, and I fall flat on my face. I've tripped over my feet, over the ball, something, but all on my own accord. And the poor guy standing next to me that just, is like profusely apologizing. He's trying to help me up. And I'm explaining, no, you didn't do anything. I did it all myself. And all of a sudden, I've got, my teammates are like running towards, we got this, Courtney, we got him. And I'm like, no, please, no fights here. And, so all the guys, really had my back. And I have really good memories of playing with the guys. So I think they cleaned up their language some around me, but other than that. It was actually my 10th grade year that we got a women's program at the high school. And that was pioneered by a woman by the name of Coach Donna Helton. Donna Helton was a really dynamic lady, loved soccer, loved her players. And I played for her for 3 years along with my mom, who was the assistant coach. And we won 3 conferences and went to the States several times. One of the stories that I remember about Coach Helton and kind of some lessons that she taught me and brought to me was I had just gotten out of basketball season, and we had done really well. We had gone to upper state, so a couple of us who were joining the soccer team were late joining in, so they had already been playing for a couple weeks. And we get out there, and I don't know what I was doing, but clearly I was not paying attention. I was maybe talking. And Coach Helton, walked up to me, and we hadn't formed a relationship at this point. And Coach Helton and I became very, very close. But she looked at me and she said, "Well, Courtney, if you don't feel like you can, participate here and pay attention, then why don't you go ahead and take a run?" So I was a little embarrassed, and so I, start on my lap, and I come back, and she goes, "No, I didn't say a lap. I said go take a run." So I kept going, and she totally forgot about me, and I ran the whole practice. And but she came up to me afterwards and said, "Courtney, you have a real opportunity with this team. Skill-wise, you have the ability, but do you want to be a leader? And you're going to lead by your actions, and that's paying attention, and that's being a part of the drills and everything that we do." So I really am thankful for her honesty and her frankness. Unfortunately, Coach Helton passed away my sophomore year of college from cancer, but I am really thankful that I get the opportunity to recognize her here with you guys, because she really was the start of Fort Mill soccer and really soccer in York County for the high schools. So it's just nice to take a moment and remember her.
Yeah.
All right. Wow, I'm talking really fast, aren't I? All right, let's see. So after high school, I knew I wanted to play college, and luckily I had the opportunity to do so. I ended up selecting a school called Presbyterian College, which at the time was a D2 school, small school in South Carolina. This is probably one of the best decisions I have ever made in many aspects of my life. And one of the reasons and one of the deciding factors for choosing PC was because of Coach Purcell, who I had gotten to play with or for when I played Olympic development for South Carolina. And Coach is right here. So Coach Purcell is in his 30th year this year with women's soccer at PC, so super impressive. It's amazing the impact and the investment that he's had into my life and the lives of so many players. And one of the greatest things about Coach is he can take a lot of really good players but make a really great team. He has a really innate ability to find what you're special at or what you can do and make it all work. Let's see. Along with talent, he recruits for personality and work ethic and creates team in every sense of the word. He's always demanded that we work hard, but that we have fun too. And although I have lots of stories about playing soccer at PC, and I'm going to just share two. The first one is, Coach and I were just talking about this, nobody's had a worse first day of preseason than I did. So when you go to PC as a freshman, you're responsible for freshman duties, right? Just kind of rite of passage. And part of those duties were to make sure all of the balls and pennies and goals were set up and prior to practice. And so it's first day, a little nervous, and Coach had his truck parked right outside of his office, and we would use the car to pump up the balls. Well, I drove a stick at that time, but apparently forgot anything that I'd ever learned, and got in the car, went to turn on it to pump up the balls, and I turned it all the way on. It was in first. I drove his truck right into his office. So I don't think, and he kept me around for the next 4 years, so that wasn't too bad. But we were talking about like his view of it because he was in the office at the time, and my view of it. So it was pretty funny. But another really awesome experience in Presbyterian College was my junior year. We had a dream team. A really remarkable team of players, and again, really good players, but we played great together. And it was, I believe the season, at the point of the story, we were 22-0. I don't even know if we had been scored on at this point. And that's another thing with Coach about finding your ability. I had always played an attacking mid or up in front, somewhere with the ball. And Coach put me in the back from the day one. And that was the best spot for me. So I played defense for 4 years. I'd like to think of myself as an attacking defender. But anyhow, back to my story. So we were traveling, and so we were at a hotel. And that morning, Coach went by everybody's hotel room and put a copy of USA Today in front of our hotel rooms. So we all woke up and we opened up USA Today, and on the cover of the sports section is in huge print is my teammate Jamie Harris, and this whole article about Presbyterian College D2 soccer women's team 22-0 and this just amazing dream team season. So I don't know if a whole lot was going on in the sports world at that point, but here's Presbyterian College D2 women's soccer on the front page. So that was really a really amazing experience. To sum up my college days, I would just like to thank Coach Purcell. I'll forever be grateful to you for my 4 years of amazing soccer experiences, your guidance and encouragement, and for bringing into my life teammates that are truly lifelong friends. So thank you, Coach. Lastly, now being on the other side of soccer as a parent, on the sideline cheering on my two amazing boys, sometimes a little too loudly, but I would be remiss not to thank my parents and my brother for the years of support and encouragement they gave me as a player and a person. I can count on one hand how many games my mom and dad missed in my entire career. And now I know firsthand the driving, the resources, and the time they sacrificed to make all those things possible for me. So I just want to thank you. I'd also like to point out my husband, who is my best teammate, and thank him as well for continuing to encourage me. So thank you again for this honor and for allowing me to share a few things about me and my soccer career, as well as honor those that supported me and impacted the game and others. I'm grateful to be part of the York County community and to be a part of its soccer history. So thank you so much. I really appreciate it.